Okay. Here we go. Alright. Now, let's turn these on. Okay. Alright. So, turn done. Okay, so anyway, it's, so, we are to,
Dear Esther,
oh,
I sometimes feel as if I've given birth to this island. Somewhere between the longitude and latitude, a split opened up, and it beached remotely here. No matter how hard I correlate, it remains a singularity, an alpha point in my life that refuses all hypothesis. I return each time leaving fresh markers that I hope, in the full glare of my hopelessness, will have blossomed into fresh insight in the interim.
is there a way to make these subtitles smaller? Let's, hang on. Audio. Let's turn down the master volume a bit. Large captions. Yeah, let's disable the large captions. Those are a little too big. Alright, that should be enough. Okay, so anyway, here we are once again. Now, we're still 2 days away from October, so Horror Month has not quite started yet. So, seeing as how, so basically, I want to play a game here that I can bang out pretty quickly. Here we have Dear Esther. This is a game that was originally released for console, or sorry, the PC. It started out as a Half-Life 2 mod, and it was basically worked over and refined over time, and ended up becoming the game that you see here now. So it was just recently released for consoles, for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Here we are playing it on the Xbox One. So let's play this game and just see how it is. So, okay. Not really much, except for this. Oh, hatch, what is this, chemistry? I have no idea what this means. But anyway, here we are inside a house, rather rusted, abandoned house that is in dire need of a makeover. Alright, well, nothing to see in here, so let's get moving. Yeah, now we got two paths here. Should we take the lower one or the upper one? Let's take the lower one. Let's walk across the sea for a bit. Yep. Let us see what we got here. Well, there's a lot of water here. Let me see. It's been like... Okay, so basically so far, we've got... we're walking across this little beach here. We've got... well, it looks like dusk. I say it's pretty close to being nightfall. And we're just walking by this beach. We can check out the water here. I'm not sure we can go swimming. Can we go swimming? Or are we going to drown? You know, like Tommy Vercetti in Vice City. Not sure I want to take a chance and go...
Those islands in the distance, I am sure, are nothing more than relics of another time, sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
Okay. So, we just got a little voiceover there. Not sure just what that was about, but... Anyway, oh, wait a minute. Look at this. We got something drawn in the sand. What is this, I wonder? This looks like one of those symbols that you'd see in some crop circle, like something that like sends a message to aliens or something. Not really sure just what that means. So, let's go a little further down here and see where we are. Oh,
Dear
looks like
Esther,
we're...
I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All over exposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Okay, that's a cheery bit of voiceover right there. And it looks like we have a car door right here. Now the question is, how did a car door get on a desert island? Well, in any case, it doesn't look like we can go any further in this direction. Unless, well, there's nothing, doesn't look like there's anything over there, so I guess we just gotta head back now. Yep. Guess we'll go back and take the other path. Is there like a run button here? So, no. Okay, as far as I can tell, there's no run button. So, we're just going to have to, you know, casually stroll. And, until we get to the other path. Okay, now to recap so far. We are on an island. Some mysterious island. Oh, there's a staircase going up. Let's take that one. So we're on an island. I'm not sure exactly how we got here. But anyway, we just walk around it so far. And occasionally we get some voiceover stuff. Okay, so while we're walking here, you know, waiting for the next landmark or piece of voiceover to kick in, I thought I'd update you on the Dead Rising 2 situation. Now, for those of you who weren't watching yesterday, I ordered Dead Rising 2 from Amazon for the Xbox One.
Donnelly's book had not been taken out from the library since 1974. I decided it would never be missed as I slipped it under my coat and avoided the librarian's gaze on the way out. If the subject matter is obscure, the writer's literary style is even more so. It is not the text of a stable or trustworthy reporter. Perhaps it is fitting that my only companion in these last days should be a stolen book written by a dying man.
Okay, says it's in his last days. Is this guy dying? Wonder.
When someone had died or was
more.
dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Boy, a lot about death in this voiceover stuff. So that does lead the question, what
I quote
exactly...
directly,
Oh,
a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
okay, so... Alright, to finish that thought, I gotta wonder, what is this island like... Is this island like something in the afterlife here? Is it like purgatory,
Dear Esther,
heaven, hell, or...
I met Paul. I made
Dear
my
Esther,
own little
we have a
pilgrimage.
title.
My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Okay, so we see a wrecked ship over there. What exactly is that? Is that the SS Minnow? You're gonna run into Gilligan, Skipper, and all the rest? So anyway, to continue the Dead Rising 2 update, I ordered a copy.
I find myself increasingly unable to find that point where the hermit
Voiceover
ends
guy's
and
not going to
Paul
let
and
me
I
finish a
begin.
thought, is he?
We are woven into a sodden blanket, stuffed into the bottom of a boat to stop the leak and hold back the ocean. My neck aches from staring up at the aerial. It mirrors the dull throb in my gut where I am sure I've begun to form another stone. In my dreams, it forms into a perfect representation of Lot's wife, head over her shoulder, staring along the motorway at the approaching traffic in a vacuum of fatalistic calm.
Okay. Alright. So, let me see. Where was I? Oh yeah. So, I got... I ordered from Amazon Dead Rising 2 for the Xbox One. And they sent me the PlayStation 4 version. So, I requested a replacement copy. They sent me another PS4 copy. And apparently I'm not alone here. I went to Amazon, and everybody who bought the Xbox One version got the PS4 version, and everyone who got the PS4 version got the Xbox One version. So I'm glad to see it wasn't just a remarkable stroke of bad luck on my part. In any case, I sent both back, requested a refund, and I bought the digital version from the Xbox Store, right in time for Horror Month, which starts in October. That's right, in October I'm going to be streaming nothing but horror games. So, let me see. Oh yeah, so anyway, Dear Esther here. This, the trailer for this game, for the console port, it credits this game as being the start.
He still maintains he wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore.
Damn it, voiceover
I
guy,
was drunk
quit
when I landed
interrupting
here,
me.
and tired too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there. I was expecting just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
Okay, my impression of all the voiceover stuff so far, sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't really make much sense. So anyway, well, we're here in this landmark here, a bunch of stones. It's like somebody set out to build a version of Stonehenge and just sort of gave up partway through. And look, we got 2 books here. We got what looks like a Bible and a chemistry book. You know, those symbols inside that shack I was in earlier looked like chemistry symbols, so maybe it is. Maybe this book is connected to that. And the Holy Bible, well, I guess it does kind of add weight to my theory so far that maybe I'm dead and I'm in some sort of like purgatory or some sort of afterlife or whatever. Maybe it'll become clearer the more I play the game. So anyway, the trailer for the console version of Dear Esther cited this as the game that started a genre. And the genre in this case is the so-called walking simulator genre. So basically, you can either credit or blame, depending on your point of view, this game for spawning games like Gone Home, Firewatch. What other walking simulator games are there? Well, anyway, those are 2 of the big ones, Gone Home and Firewatch. So anyway, this is it. Oh, loading screen. Going to the next level, I'm guessing. So yeah, I guess this is a walking simulator.
I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Alright, so, yeah, so far this game definitely is a walking simulator in the truest sense of the term. Because all you really do around here is just walk around, look at things, and occasionally get treated to some voiceover. There's no real gameplay as far as I can tell. I mean, unless you consider being able to zoom in on stuff. Gameplay. Oh, final notice. Warrant of execution. Certified. What's the significance of that? Oh, repossession advice. Oh. All right. Well, let's go towards those boats we saw earlier. So yeah, I mean, even like Gone Home, you know, you got to solve a few puzzles here and there. You got to turn lights on and off and interact with some stuff, and you know, put some cassette tapes into a tape deck to listen to some, you know, bad 90s Riot Girl music. Firewatch, you know, you got to interact with some stuff. But here, well, so far, all I'm doing here is walking around and looking at stuff. So it looks like, what, this is the ruins of... I'm guessing this is a cargo ship. Because, you know, we get all these cargo boxes here. Rusted, ruined boxes. Is there any significance to this? Or will it become clearer with time? So anyway, I guess the I guess the various like landmarks here, along with the narration, are supposed to be part of some cryptic narrative, I think. Oh, we got a blinking light there. What is it? Is that a beacon?
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
There's a hole in the boat, dear Liza, dear Liza. Okay, it doesn't look like we can go any further in that direction, so let's head over here. See what else this island has to offer. Okay, well, let me see. As far as I can tell, I'm on an island which in real life would probably make for a kind of...
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
You know, I had kidney stones, and I didn't need an operation. I just went to the hospital and hurt like a son of a bitch. So, he says that these stones have grown. Is he talking about, is this island supposed to be like a metaphorical kidney stone? Or is this like a kidney stone that is mutated into an island? Or am I just thinking about it way the hell too much? Okay, now I see a light here. It looks like a tower.
I've begun my ascent on the windless slope of the western side. The setting sun was an inflamed eye squeezing shut against the light shone in by the doctors. My neck is aching through constantly craning my head up to track the light of the aerial. I must look downwards, follow the path under the island to a new beginning.
Okay, that looks like, well, we see some hospital equipment here. We got that pan, some looks like surgical tools, and what's this stuff? These look like strips from like pages from a book, a diary. Huh. Okay, well, nothing else to see in here, so I guess I'll leave and just, you know, head on up to that house over there. Let's see what's in there. And maybe we'll see if we can reach that tower over there. I mean, that tower's got like the second flashing light I've seen. The first being that beacon in the water, but... Hey, that tower at least indicates that there must be some electricity on this island.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him, either.
Okay, that's the first time the voiceover stuff hasn't interrupted me, so I appreciate that. Thanks, Mr. Voiceover
When the oil
Guy.
lamps ran out, I didn't pick up a torch, but used the moonlight to read by. When I've pulled the last shreds of sense from it, I will throw Donnelly's book from the cliffs, and perhaps myself with it. Maybe it will wash back up through the caves and erupt from the spring when the rain comes, making its return to the hermit's cave. Perhaps it will be back on the table when I wake. I think I may have thrown it into the sea several times before.
Okay, so these pictures, is that like an X-ray? That looks like an X-ray too. So, okay, we've already seen some hospital equipment here. So I think whatever's going on here has something to do with a hospital. What's that? A Hebridean history? Okay, well, let's see if there's anything else inside this, this house. Okay, nothing. Oh, what is this? I can't really make out that title. Come to think of it, I'm not sure that book is written in English here. Okay, well, I hope that whatever character I'm playing has had his tetanus shots. So let's just get out of this house. Well, I'll say this about the game so far. If nothing else, it looks nice. Yeah, it's a really pretty game, and I gotta say the soundtrack is quite nice. It's a really good score here. So, we want to check this shack out? Sure, why not? Probably isn't much here either. Oh, except for this. Is that like a chemistry symbol or whatever? I don't know. Well, let's see. I guess there's nothing left to look at over here, so, I guess we'll head this way. I think this is the direction we're supposed to go in. I hope it is. I really don't want to do any more any backtracking. You know, seeing as how I can't run. Man, we got a wind blowing in here. Can almost feel the chill. So, trying to think of what's going on here so far. The voiceover indicates that this guy was in the hospital for something. I mean, he mentioned kidney stones at one point, but I don't...
The editor comments that at this point, Donnelly was going insane as syphilis tore through his system like a drunk driver. He's not to be trusted. Many of his claims are unsubstantiated, and although he does paint a colourful picture, much of what he says may have been derived directly from his fever. But I've been here, and I know, as Donnelly did, that this place is always half imagined. Even the rocks and caves will shimmer and blur with the right eyes.
Okay, so this guy stayed in the hospital for a while for reasons we're not entirely...
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot, but he is proving an unreliable witness.
All right, so let's see. What was I saying before I got interrupted? Oh, yeah, well, the voiceover guy was apparently in the hospital and for something, and we've seen some hospital
Climbing down to the caves,
equipment.
I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Okay. Breaking a leg, kidney stones. Man, this guy is pretty prone to all sorts of injuries. Okay, so we are heading towards another area. Where are we, I wonder? Oh. Okay, so...
Donnelly did not pass through the caves. From here on in, his guidance, unreliable as it is
well, whatever
gone
it is, I can't move.
I understand now that it is between the two of us, and whatever correspondence can be drawn from the wet rocks.
Okay, oh, can I... Alright, so I can move now. Okay, so I'm inside a cave, and there is... What? Some glowing stuff. So what is this glowing stuff here? Is it radioactive? And if it is radioactive, what kind of superpowers is it going to give me? Is it going to, like, blind me, but give me some sort of, like, enhanced radar vision? Is it going to turn me into a giant green guy when I get angry? You know, the glowing stuff kind of makes it look like one of those caves in Fallout, where you, like, where you end up fighting, like, a Mirelurker crab or some other mutated monster. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, am I supposed to jump right in? Well, let's find out. Whee! Okay. Oh. Okay. I'm alive. You know, this water looked a little shallow to just break my fall like that. I should have at least broken a few bones or something. Okay. So, other than a bunch of glowing stuff and water and stalactites, what are we going to see inside this cave? Maybe this is the entrance to the Batcave. Maybe we're going to see Batman here. Yeah. Maybe I'll get to meet Batman. He will train me to be the next Robin. We're going to be fighting crime in Gotham. Saving Gotham City from the Joker, the Penguin, the Riddler, Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy. Oh. Okay, this is kind of nice. Like I said, if nothing else, this game is nice to look at. Yep, you just get to wander through these caves here while listening to this Kitaro-esque soundtrack. Alright. So are we heading to the exit? I get a feeling we might be approaching the exit. And we got a bunch of glowy mushrooms here that I hope are not radioactive. And if they are radioactive, hopefully it's a kind of radiation that can't hurt people in purgatory. I'm theorizing at this point that this island is purgatory of some kind. Yeah, I'm playing... The guy that I'm playing, I'm assuming I'm playing the guy who's also giving voiceover narration.
I'm traversing my own death throes. The infection in my leg is an oil rig that dredges black muck up from deep inside my bones. I swallow fistfuls of diazepam and paracetamol to stay conscious. The pain flows through me like an underground sea.
Okay, the character I'm playing is dead. I'm assuming he's the guy doing the voiceover stuff. And my theory is that this island is some sort of purgatory. This guy has some sort of unresolved issue that he has to deal with before he can finally move on to heaven or hell, or to heaven. I'm assuming he's going to go to heaven. I mean, he seems like a pretty decent guy. I don't get the impression from this guy's demeanor or anything he said so far that he was like, I don't know, a serial killer or a rapist or an arsonist or, you know, a guy who posts first on internet threads.
This cannot be the shaft they threw the goats into. It cannot be the landfill where the parts of your life that would not burn ended up. It cannot be the chimney that delivered you to the skies. It cannot be the place where you rained back down again to fertilize the soil and make small flowers in the rocks.
Okay, it looks like we have some actual words written on this wall. What is it? Behold, Damascus is taken. Behold, something is taken. What is that word? Damascus? What's Damascus? The old Damascus is taken, okay. What's Damascus and why is it taken? Maybe it's one of the game's mysteries so far, or maybe I'm just ignorant and Damascus means something that I don't know about. In any case, somebody clearly took a lot of trouble painting these cave walls, and it looks like we got more chemistry or whatever written on these walls. What does this say? Away from being a city? Away from being a city? Is that what it says? Well, whoever wrote that clearly needs to work on their penmanship. And something, is that an O? What letter is that? And O. Small b a fungus. Oh, I don't know what that last word says. You know, trying to read some of this stuff is a bit like, taking an eye exam. Okay, what's the smallest line you can read? Alright, so a while ago, I predicted we were nearing the exit to the cave. It looks like I might have spoken a bit too soon. So, okay. Well, let's see, am I gonna drown here? Please don't let me drown. I'm just trying to maneuver my way through this cave. There. Okay, so I'm guessing at this point this ain't the Bat Cave. It ain't the Arrow Cave. What sort of cave is it? Oh. I guess we're supposed to... Oh, shit. I didn't quite mean to jump into that. I hope it was the right thing to do. Oh. What is this? Okay, it looks like some underwater freeway with a hospital table with a bunch of coins on it and an IV. So, I guess we're just sort of walking down this freeway here, this underwater freeway. Why is it underwater? Is it like... Is this Los Angeles and Escape from LA? Or maybe one of those submerged city ruins from the movie AI? Maybe it was part of Rapture. Who knows? Alright. Okay, well, whatever that was, it looks like it's over. The hallucination's over. We were teleported away from underwater freeway. And now, we're back inside this cave. So, now we're reaching the end? That is a good question. I think I see the exit. Yep. Okay. I'm assuming this loading screen indicates that we are leaving the cave. And now we're off to see another part of this island. That's good, because the caves were pretty for a while, but I've just gotten a bit sick of them. Time to move on to a new environment. Okay, some smashed barrels and... Ooh, a tent. A tent that doesn't seem to have anybody living in it. Oh, and it's nighttime. We got a nice full moon out there. Well, hopefully we won't run into any werewolves, because as far as I can...
Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
Okay, we got an empty paint can and a brush. Maybe that's supposed to be some indication of just how all this writing ends up on the walls. And look at this, we got some lights here. Are those candles? Oh. So, again, voiceover indicates
Fire and soil, I chose
Oh.
fire. It seemed the more contemporary of the options, the more sanitary. I could not bear the thought of the reassembly of such a ruin. Stitching arm to shoulder and femur to hip, charting a line of thread like traffic stilled on a motorway, making it all acceptable for tearful aunts and traumatized uncles flown in specially for the occasion. Reduce to ash, mix with water, make a phosphorescent paint for these rocks and ceilings.
Okay, a lot of stuff happened there. First, we came across some pictures of what looks like, are these rusted out cars? Are they burned out? Okay, the freeway, those cars, the narration mentioning driving. My theory at this point is that whoever this character is, he was in a car accident. And look, there is somebody up there on that cliff, next to that candle up there. Does this mean I'm finally going to get to interact with another human being? Oh, and I think that's, yep, it's a defibrillator. Okay, lots of car symbolism and lots of hospital symbolism. I'm calling it now. This character was in a car accident, and he spent time recovering in the hospital, or, since I'm assuming this is purgatory, maybe maybe he died from his wounds. He was in a car accident, taken to the hospital, was critically injured, and then he finally succumbed to his wounds and died. And here he is in purgatory of some sort, where he has to deal with something before he can move on. What's in that picture? Okay, I can't make the picture out too well. This looks like a man in front of some building. Not entirely clear. Oh. Doesn't look like we can go any further down here. I was thinking maybe this was taking me to another cave entrance. And I'm glad it's not, because I just got out of a cave. I don't need to go exploring another one anytime soon. How about just let me enjoy the outside of this island for a bit. Okay, so what's inside all these candles? Oh, it's another car door, some wheels, another part of a car. Okay, it's like this game seems to be trying to reinforce my theory. Yep.
Hall by the roadside, by the exit for Damascus, all ticking and cooled, all feathers and remorse, all of these signals routed like traffic through the circuit diagrams of our guts, those badly written boats torn bottomless in the swells, washing us forever ashore.
Okay, we got some stuff written on the cliff wall here. Let's go right to the first word over here. A light from heaven shone around him. A light from heaven shone around him. Okay. A light from heaven. Does that mean he was visited by God or an angel? Was it that light that was taking him to the next world? In any case, yeah. All signs definitely point to this island being some part of the afterlife. I'm holding on to my purgatory
From here,
theory.
I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Okay, let's check out this writing here. On a sudden... Should that be all of a sudden? Well, on a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Okay. So I guess that means he's dead. The person whose light from heaven shone on him, he died. And I guess that was like an angel or God or something taking him to heaven. So what is the significance of that nest and the eggs, I wonder? Okay, so... let me see. Can I go this way? I can't seem to go any further that way. Oh, there's a staircase over here. I guess I can go up that. So let's see. This game. What can I say? What else does this game remind me of? I guess you could maybe think of this as sort of like a less Zen-like version of Journey, of the game Journey. And by the game Journey, I mean the game that came out for the PlayStation, where you're like this guy running through the desert. Not the game Journey from like 1983, where you play as the band members.
As I struggled up the cliff path. I swallowed another handful of painkillers, and now I feel almost lucid. The island around me has retreated to a hazed distance, whilst the moon appears to have descended into my palm to guide me. I can see a thick black line of infection reaching for my heart from the waistband of my trousers. Through the fugue, it's all the world like the path I have cut from the lowlands towards the aerial.
Okay. Oh, and there's the guy. Do I get to interact with him? Let's approach him and find out. So, to continue with what I was saying before, yes, there was a game from the early 80s.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
Okay, so there was a game from the early 80s called Journey, based on the band of the same name. I found it in an amusement park once. I think it was around like 1989 or 90. Okay, so I'm here at this candle. Where's the guy? He just disappeared? Damn it, I was looking forward to talking to someone. There's some more writing here. And as he was preceding. Is that supposed to be proceeding? They spelled it wrong. Well, and he was proceeding on his journey. Yep. I was just talking about journey, and look, there's the word journey right there. But yeah, I played the game for a bit, and was come near, what is that word? I can't make it out. So yeah, you can pick one of 5 band members to play, and you play through their respective stages. I played as Steve Smith, the drummer, basically blasting enemies with my
if only
drum
Donnelly had
kit.
experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Let's see, and neither did he eat nor drink. Are they like misquoting Samuel Taylor Coleridge there? Or, is that some other literary reference I'm not getting? Yeah, but anyway, if you beat all 5 stages in the game, you get treated to sort of a digitized version of the band playing separate ways. Oh, there's the tower. Alright. There was another game based on Journey that was released for the Atari 2600, but it was very different from the arcade game.
Too long in the tunnels of my island without a bottom. The sea creatures have risen to the surface, but the gulls are not here to carry them back to their nests. I've become fixed, open and staring, an eye turned on itself. I've become an infected leg whose tracking lines form a perfect map of the junctions of the M5. I will take the exit at mid-thigh and plummet to my Esther.
Okay. Esther, we got the title dropped again. Okay. So, ooh. Metal grate. Are we approaching that tower? Let us see. So, what happens when we reach the end of the path? Because, you know, this has got to end at some point. Every path has an ending, so I wonder if that tower has something to do with it. Is the tower like the end of this particular journey? Let's see. You know, the voiceover stuff isn't doing a lot to quite shine a light on just what the hell's going on. I mean, the voiceover can be a bit pretentious at times.
Blind with panic, deaf with the roar of the caged traffic, heart stopped on the road to Damascus. Paul sat at the roadside, hunched up like a gull, like a bloody gull, as useless and as doomed as a syphilitic cartographer, a dying goat herd, an infected leg, a kidney stone, blocking the traffic bound for Sanford and Exeter. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. All his roads and his tunnels and his paths led inevitably to this moment of impact. This is not a recorded natural condition. He should not be sat there with his chemicals and his circuit diagrams. He should not be sat there at all.
Okay, so if a car accident was involved, it apparently wasn't caused by drunk driving. Okay, so we're climbing up this mountain. Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain? Okay, so, wow. Strong wind blowing here. You could almost feel the chill. Alright, so...
I am the Ariel. In my passing,
There's the
I
tower.
will send news to each and every star.
Okay.
Dear Esther, I have burned the cliffs of Damascus. I have drunk deep of it. My heart is my leg, and a black line etched on the paper all along this boat without a bottom. You are all the world like a nest to me. Eggs unbroken form like fossils, come together, send small black flowers to the air. From this infection, hope. From this island, flight. From this grief, love.
Okay. So we're climbing up the tower, I'm guessing. We're still climbing up it. Alright. Blacking out here. We got something. Oh, we're about at the top. So what next? We're gonna look at the view. Why are we looking down? Oh, we're jumping off. Are we committing suicide? I mean, if this is purgatory, we're sort of already dead. What? Well, it looks like we're falling pretty slowly. Oh, another diagram there. Whoa. So we're flying. Are we flying now or floating? How? Are we like an angel? A bird? Superman? Neo? What's causing us to fly? Where are we going? No, I like the music here, I gotta say. Nice scenery, nice music. Just wish I was clear just what I was looking at. Okay. So... sure what to make of this. Oh wait, I thought I saw the shadow of a bird on the ground. So does that mean I become a bird? Oh, there's a shadow. Yeah, I guess I'm a bird now. I transformed into a bird, like a shapeshifter. I'm Birdman. Ooh, some paper boats.
Come back.
So... okay. A fade to black there. Have we reached the end of the game? Yeah? Anything else? What, oh, credits. Yeah, we have reached the end of the game, it looks like. Well, I'll give props to Jessica Curry for the music. It was certainly a nice score. And voiced over, done by Nigel Carrington. Okay, so the question: what the hell did we just experience? Seriously, I'm kind of confused here. I based on the various symbolism, the items we found on the island, plus what I was able to understand from the kind of pretentious voiceover, is that I'm playing a character who was killed in a car accident, was taken to the hospital, where he eventually succumbed to his wounds, and then he ends up on this island, which I'm guessing is purgatory. And, well, he had some issue to resolve before he could move on. What exactly was that issue? Hey, DeFrizz99, how you doing? Hey, yep, I'm sitting here trying to figure out what happened. So, did the guy blame himself for the accident? Is that why he was in purgatory? Well, in any case, so that's it. That's the game. Now, this version of the game is supposed to have a director's commentary. Maybe that will shine some light on what it was, what this game's about, what's going on here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to find some online discussions on this game and try to piece together just what the hell I experienced. So that was Dear Esther. My personal impressions of the game. I honestly don't know what to think of it. I mean, it's certainly pretty. It's nice to look at. The island is pretty well rendered. Maybe I was in that cave a little longer than I wanted to, but yeah, so nice scenery, really good score. As far as the narrative goes, I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. I have a vague theory, but I'm not really sure. The voiceover stuff was kind of impenetrable for me. I'm not really sure. I was barely clear of what the guy was saying most of the time. Also, I knew the game was going to be short. I just didn't think it was going to be that short. I mean, I was only playing it for, what, an hour? Was that an hour and a half? I don't know. But anyway, as with most games in the so-called walking simulator genre, I'm unclear about the replay value. I don't know if I'm going to want to play this game again. Maybe I'll run it one through with the director's commentary, but beyond that, I don't really know. So would I recommend it? It's tough to say. Maybe when it goes on sale. I think I bought this for, what, $8? I guess that's the right price for a game like this, but, you know, if you're uncertain, maybe wait till it goes on sale. So, that's pretty much all I can think of to say about Dear Esther. Guess I'm going to end the stream right here. Thanks for joining me. Follow me and turn on the notifications so you know when I go online. A reminder, starting in October, I'm going to be streaming nothing but horror games all month. So, yeah, so follow me and check out my social media links on my info page. So, I will be back next time. I'll probably be back tomorrow with another quickie of a game. So that's it. See you guys later, and take care. I'm gonna go see if I can find some interpretations of what happened here. Bye.